he has come up with a number of strong games of recent date. He has a 1 winning and losing record of 8 wins, 9 losses, 1 tie, and a goals against average of 3.53. But Bale's playing really sound over the last 7 or 8 starts that he's got, and the hockey club's starting to build some confidence, Paul.
We're going to take a trip over to Newfoundland for our next song, and a great song it is by Harv Bishop, and it's all about seeing the forest for the trees.
All my friends were looking down their noses for the things that I
redo their facility. So things are looking up here in the American Hockey League. More franchises in the Atlantic Division.
Okay, puck is down. The opening possession of the puck is going to be played there by Bernard. He'll fire the puck in. Foster in back of his own net. We'll settle the play down. And here comes Steve LaRouche, the second leading scorer in the American Hockey League, to Corey Foster. Tuck pass to Rumble through center. He doesn't control cleanly. Campbell now. He'll control it in the big circle. He'll cycle back to his own blue line. Jim Campbell for the Canadiens dishes off to Louis Bernard. Up through the middle. He'll fire the...
was slipping out of reach. I was moving too fast, and I just couldn't last, and I couldn't see the forest.
Going into Fredericton, who again with a few players out of the lineup as well last night, hoping that the Senators would be able to take advantage of a short shift at Fredericton Hockey Club and take over possession of first place in the Atlantic Division, but not the case as Fredericton digs in deep and picks up the win last night.
Here's Michel Picard. His shot is blocked there by Prohl. Gets it back again, sends it to the goal, and down is going to be Brochu, and he will finally hit the play whistle down, but it's going to be Picard sending one to the net. A little bit of action to the short side of Martin Brochu, but the referee, Dennis LaRue, will blow the play down.
Well, we talked earlier on about injuries, and when we talked about the injuries to Fredericton, Donald Brashear, and he picked up his injury, his 6 to 10 week injury last time here at the Civic Center, and in fact it was at the end of a hockey game, really kind of a nothing play, but down in the corner he picked up a slash and broke a bone in his wrist or his forearm, and he's been out of action for a long time.
For the Senators, they have Gardner along with Jason Zent, Trent McCleary. That line has been solid over the last month here in Charlottetown. As will be Perkins. He'll ring one off the near boards to Bruce Gardner, stepping in, fires that one off his stick into the far corner, the right of Brochu, as the Canadiens look to regroup. Here comes Craig Conroy through the center to Yves Thoreau. He's partially stood up. Darren Perkins backpedals inside his own blue line. Now he'll fire one up into the open wing to Bruce Gardner. Good to see Gardner score on Friday night. His second of the year. Breaking the other way is going to be Zent. That pass just beyond his reach. In back of that, stuffs it in front, and controlling there will be number 26, Reve. He'll send the puck all the way down. Looking to touch it up there is Darren Perkins. And again, an icing call against the Fredericton Canadiens. No score in the hockey game, just opening up.
Well, you talked about nice to see Gardner score, and that's something that you look at the Senators, and obviously their top line featuring Picard and LaRouche and as well Gerard playing on that line. But you're right, when you see Gardner putting the puck in the net, we see Pankowitz now up to 9 goals. He was the leading scorer last year, and he's starting to catch fire. So a little depth. People down here are worried that if the NHL starts, you're going to see some players gone, and is the depth going to be there? Well, we're seeing some other Senators step up and take the scoring load, so that's good news.
Off the face-off, it's drawn to the blue line. Guillard stuffs it to the corner. Now picks it up again. There's a little bit of a scrum, and it comes out, and the puck will be brought back by the Canadiens down the right side. And that's going to be Stewart. He loses control of the puck. Picard will wheel it in back of his own net. He tries to shake a check at his own blue line. Now continues to control. Michel Picard, his pass off a skate, wobbles to the Canadiens' blue line. LaRouche will tap it in. It slides to Brochu. He'll again cradle the puck and hold on. And he'll force another stoppage in flight. Face-off coming in the near circle to the left of goaltender Martin Brochu. Goaltender Mike Bales in the call tonight for the PEI Senators.
Face-off deep inside the Fredericton zone, and this line out here right now with LaRouche as they're going to be sent off. Picard along with Gerard. The year started with the youngster Pavel Demitra playing in that line, and talking about an awesome lineup here early in the season. Demitra now has been moved off that line, and he's been put on this line with Pankowitz as well as Savoie to try to even out a little bit of the scoring touch here. But Demitra, you'll see him on the power play back in the point, and really the Senators are a fine young talent.
Then in front, Savoie shot goes wide, glove side. Here's Demitra fishing it free. He'll circle with it, plays it into the corner. Dion Darlene for Fredericton. Gains control, looking for Soreau. Chops to the big circle at center. Here's Jim Campbell. Campbell, a good prospect for the Canadiens. He'll fire it in for Campbell. He's a second-round draft choice in 91. As Patrick Traverse to Greg Pankowitz. He slides through the neutral zone, fires the puck into the far corner. Brochu in back of his own goal. Leaving it for Rivet, who tries to rip it around. Keep it in as Patrick Traverse. He turns it back over again. Onto the stick of Rivet. Going cross-ice to Yves Soreau. Stepping in, fires a shot. Pad save. Big rebound coming in front. And it's drawn to the sideboard, where Pankowitz tries to angle it out. Bilodeau. Big Brent Bilodeau fires one off the far post. Puck comes loose to the side. And another shot there is just off the target. Bilodeau tries to pinch it in. Stealing there is Demitra. Demitra now. He has Pankowitz with him on a 2-on-1. Demitra stepping in. Oh, it slides off his stick at the last moment. Pankowitz tries to hook it around. It again is toppled upon by goaltender Brochu. He will hold on, but Demitra, we haven't seen him do that too often, Paul.
Well, no, and we expected him to really unload. He scored a couple of goals like that in a 2-on-1 where he makes the decision whether to shoot or pass. And, but down on the other end of the rink, a shot right off the inside of the goal post that comes right back out, a shot that beats Bales. And so good scoring opportunities at each end of the rink, with the face-off now coming up to the left of the Fredericton goal.
Bruce Gardner, along with Trent McClary and Jason Sent out for the Sens. Now it's Perkins off the right point, fires one. That one's turned aside and wobbled into the far corner by goaltender Brochu. Now the Canadiens looking to regroup inside their own blue line. It'll be finally picked up by the Canadiens, and back they come. Through center ice, Tisdale, far side. Driving it there is going to be number 20, Conroy. That one off the target. It's loose into the stick side corner. Off Bales, with the Senators trying to flip it out. They'll get it outside the zone. And finally the play being whistled down, and possibly a penalty about to come about.
Well, hooking going to be the call, it seems here, although McClary lowers the boom as well on Proul. And players looking around wondering who is going to be the guilty party. But we saw McClary thought that the cross-check was going to be on Trent McClary. But the penalty is going to go against Fredericton Canadiens. Number 20, Craig Conroy, on his way to the penalty box. So Senators go on the power play. And Trent McClary here just a few moments ago. McClary having a fine season. Certainly people here in Prince Edward Island appreciate his play. But right now let's check in with the power play opportunity with the face-off coming up in the neutral zone. Let's see. They'll put Demitra back on the point. Foster as well. And across the top, LaRouche at center, Gerard on the right side, and Picard on the left.
That's been pretty well the power play for the Senators over the last several weeks here. Moving Demitra back to the blue line, and Demitra really has benefited from some point play. I do believe he's got about 23 assists, I think.
Senators are 27 for 137 on the power play. A 19, a little above or almost a 20% ratio. Not, in the middle of the pack, maybe a little below the middle of the pack here in the league. With the awesome scoring that they do have, you'd expect maybe the club to be a little higher as far as the statistic is concerned. You look at LaRouche and you look at Picard, you look at Demitra, three players that on the power play are in the top 10. You expect maybe a little better power play.
Then you add Corey Foster from the blue line, who had 21 goals last year with the Hershey Bears, and he's got 9 this year. So he's on his way to another 20-goal season here in the American Hockey League. Corey Foster, the former number 1 draft pick of the New Jersey Devils.
Fredericton 4th in the league as far as power, or at least killing penalties are concerned. So they've been able to do the job. Down a man so far this year.
As it's rifled in by Foster, keeping it as Demitra. He skims it around the boards in back to Picard. Picard looks to roll it in front. Gets the puck back again. Looking to control is LaRouche. His pass off a skate, and the Canadiens will dump at the length of the ice. As Corey Foster in the clear out by Mike Bales regains control. Now he'll dip in over the blue line, looking to take the puck into the far corner. He'll rim it around into that corner to the right of Brochu, and again the Canadiens will regain control, and they'll fire that one coast to coast.
Well, Senators not able to get it set up inside the blue line. A minute here into the power play. They again continue with the top dogs out there. As a two-line pass now, so the power play stalling here for the Senators. No score in the hockey game as we played 4.5 minutes in this opening period. Senators on the power play, 58 seconds left in it. They'll send out Chad Penny on the left side, and Pankowitz will center Penny and Savoie. Back in the blue line, Pitlick. Let's see on the other side, Darren Rumble here on the power play. Penny has been sitting out the last couple of games, so back in the lineup here today, and we'll see if sitting out a couple is going to excite him here.
Bilodeau will play it down the near board, stopped by Bales, leaving it for Darren Rumble. Rumble, the former Ottawa Senator. He'll send the puck to center ice, joining the play, and he'll carry on with it. Now feeds it far side to Pankowitz. Pankowitz tries to split the defense, has the puck roll off his stick, and again it is cleared by Fredericton all the way down. Rumble looking to set the power play up. We've got 28 seconds left in it. He'll feather a pass to Lance Pitlick. Pitlick, the former Hershey Bear, cuts in over the line. Now looking for Savoie. He spins around, gets the shot away, but it's blocked. Into the far corner is Chad Penny. He roots it free. Again, it's going to be Savoie back to Penny. Penny working the far corner to Lance Pitlick off the blue line. He fires. That one with a crowd in front doesn't get through. Pankowitz looks to tie up his man. It'll be Penny. As we now go back to the blue line. Pitlick shot that one tipped in wide to the stick side. Back to five skaters aside. Now again controlling is Chad Penny. He'll work the far corner. His pass is knocked aside. He gets it back again. Now rammed up against the board will be a Senators player. It'll be Pankowitz trying to chase it down, but the Canadiens, they are a tired lot right now. They'll play that one down. Icing will be the call.
Faceoff will come back inside the Fredericton Canadiens zone. Really, while tired, they did a fine job again killing off the penalty. And as we had said, coming into this penalty, they were fourth in the league as far as penalty killing concerned. You could see why they were able to get to a puck very, very quickly. In particular, in along the backboard, Senators were trying to either carry or fire, but certainly Fredericton able to win the puck and quickly get it down ice. So no score. Senators 0 for 1 here, starting the hockey game of the power play.
14:07 left in the first period. As Darby tries to chase it down, but LaRue working the near corner. He leaves it for Perkins to clear the zone, as the Canadiens will backpedal inside their own territory. Here's Louis Bernard looking far side for number 14, Martin Sykra. Now working it across is Darby. Now trying to follow up is Tim Tisdale. He does a little bit of arm wrestling there with Jason Zent. And it's cleared in back of the Senators' net. No score in the hockey game. Here comes Perkins. He'll skip by one check. Looking now to work it by another. Through center. Fires the puck in. It's played off the end boards. Brochu will cover up. And the faceoff coming inside the Canadian zone. No scoring in the game. And we've got 13:29 left here in the opening period.
Talking about snipers, we talk about the Senators with 3 in the top 10 in scoring. Michel Picard leading the scoring race here in the American Hockey League, having scored 18 goals, 33 assists, good for 51 points coming into today's game. His centerman, Steve LaRouche, with 24 goals and 17 helpers for 41 points. LaRouche leads the goal scoring with 24 goals, and Picard the assists with 33. So got a nice mix here.
Here's Corey Foster right in the blue line. Fires a shot. Rebound comes short side. Picard has control. It's in along the backboards, looking to stuff it around. Doesn't get it. Under the stick of LaRouche, pinching in now is going to be Rumble. He will rip it around the boards to Picard, stepping in front, looking for Guillard, but that one is picked off, and the Senators will have to control. It'll be shot back in again. Here's LaRouche on the far lane. He's pinched up against the board. Is Ferguson for the Canadiens trying to work LaRouche over. He'll pick him off the puck, and Picard now touches it up. And let's see what we've got here.
Well, looks like a hooking penalty going to go against the Senators here, and of course the fans not happy about that, but looks like Canadiens were going to get away. LaRouche put the hook up underneath the arm. So Canadiens go on the power play here with 12:55 remaining in this first period. The Senators having a power play opportunity a few moments ago. Now the Canadiens turn to go on the power play. Let's see. Senators LaRue and Pitlick will be across the blue line to try and kill this one off. McCleary, we talked about Trent McCleary. Gardner up top as well, but McCleary's had a fine season, has been used in many, many defensive situations late in the hockey game, and has proved a very valuable member of the PEI Senators. A great, hard-working forward.
For the Canadiens, breaking down is Craig Derby. Derby darts in, slips one across in front, and jamming and driving to the goal is going to be number 21, Scott Frazier, and they will blow the play down, but a good move there by Craig Derby off the Fredericton Canadiens to try to feather one in front.
Well, Craig Derby against the Senators has been a force. He is one quick skating forward. He always is putting pressure on the Senators blue liners. In particular, that time he gets in, gets a chance, gets a step in and around the Senators defense, was able to slip it out in front. And again, Bales, just as he was trying to knock the puck away, he collided with a Czech Pitlick, and as well Fredericton Canadiens forward trying to drive to the net. And of course, a lot of driving to the net. These goaltenders are pretty well hung out to dry by times with the quick, or at least the post, the almost tear-away post that they have now. There's really no fear about driving to the goal, and in particular, a play like that with Bales just to the side of the goal is, he could have been hung out to dry pretty well had he been hit. Couple of big guys in, and he never saw them coming at all, as he really had his attention turned towards Darby as Darby was stepping in on the left wing. Brutus, we'll probably get a shot of Brutus providing the fans with some excitement.
Now Derby trying to control off the far right wing board, just squirts outside the zone as McGuire looking to dish off to Stewart, and finally Derby left to control. Through center now. The Canadiens can't come up with it cleanly as it's drilled in by Francois Leroux as Fredericton will regroup. There's McGuire near side for Martin Sykra. He will wrap it around the boards in back of the Senators' net, and Leroux, he'll find an opening at the blue line, and he'll play it all the way down. It'll be McGuire for Fredericton. Eric McGuire. He comes right back up through the middle with it in a 0-0 hockey game. We've got 1:03 left on the Canadiens' power play. Now McGuire hammers one. That one redirected off the target. Darren Rumble. He's wheeled up against the boards. Here's Campbell controlling. And he tries to come up with the puck now. Getting some help from Stewart. Back to Campbell. Now looking to break to the net is Ferguson. The puck is back to the blue line where it'll be controlled. Reve fires a shot. Sticked out there by Bales at the center point. It's going to be McGuire, top of the circle, moving in. Feeds it across in front. They score. The Canadiens will make it a 1-0 hockey game.
Nice job by McGuire to feed it across, and one timing it is 22, Yves Thoreau, as he comes in from that right wing and is able to slip it by goaltender Bales. Bales, all he can do is read the play and hopefully get across in time because he had to watch for McGuire. And nice play on the power play by the Fredericton Canadiens. They lead it by a score of 1-0 as we see the power play, or at least the replay again. The puck into the corner.
Good job by Campbell to continue to control as he will work it back eventually to the blue line, or the puck will be sent back to the blue line.
Great pass by, well, there's the shot right on as the puck now with McGuire starting to move in. He spots his man on the other side, and bingo into the net. 1-0, a power play goal. Fredericton Canadiens lead here. 1-0.
Christian Proul with the power play scoring for the Canadiens. They lead it 1-0 at center ice. It'll be Campbell. Campbell now, he works it in across the blue line. Tries to muscle his way into the left wing corner. Gerard loses his stick, and Pitlick can't control. Center shot, they score! As Campbell comes up with the early Christmas gift. He's standing in front, and he will spin around, and the puck will be right there. Bales beaten cleanly, right between the legs, and it's a 2-0 hockey game.
So, just like that, a couple of goals here within seconds. The Fredericton Canadiens, and again, they dig in deep early. You would think that the Canadiens, here it is on the power play as the puck, or excuse me, in the replay as the puck again is brought back in. As the turnaround shot, a giveaway by the Senators blue liners, which allows that goal to go. So a couple of quick ones.
Here's Campbell again now, looking for Ferguson. Ferguson puts the brakes on, wrists one, blocker save made by Bales. Rebound all the way back to the blue line. Puck now right between the rings, and it's shot wide of the goal stick side. as Ferguson waiting in front, finally chases it down. Pitlick as the Sens under pressure here. They look to try to get things cautioned here, but the puck will end up into the corner, onto the stick of Campbell in back of the net, trying to work it to Sauro. He can't get the stick on it. Now, trying to take his man out as Gerard. Pitlick, finally to relieve the pressure, will play it all the way down. Brochu, he's got not much option other than to hold on to the puck. And he will force the face-off inside his own blue line. 2-0 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton Canadiens. So Sauro and Campbell will give the Fredericton Hockey Club a pretty comfortable 2-0 lead here early in the hockey game. 10:26 left here in the opening period as the Senators playing their third game in 3 nights, coming up with a impressive 5-1 win over the St. John Flames on Friday night, losing a heartbreaker 5-4 against Fredericton last night. And 1-goal games have been a problem for the Senators this year. They've been involved in 9 of them, only pulling out a couple of wins, and Fredericton they've beaten them 3 times with a 1-goal margin. Bales now can't chase it down. Zent will recontrol the former New York Islander. He shakes a check, breaks by another one, fires it up under the open wing. Well, Brent Bilodeau for the Canadiens tries to clear it out. He does, but it's quickly relayed right back in by the PEI Senators. Stepping in front is going to be McGuire. Through center now. The puck will end up on the stick of Brad Lazelle. Lazelle crossing in. He's hit on the play. Down he goes. And you get a few bees in the bonnet singing there. As Trent McCleary to Perkins. He can't settle it. Aaron Perkins for the PEI Senators plays the puck into the corner to the left of the Canadiens net, where it'll be controlled in back of the Fredericton net by Bernard, who leaves it now for Craig Darby. He tries to negotiate by a check, but he can't go anywhere with it, as it'll be controlled by Fredericton in back of their own goal. Here's Christian Proul looking to get things started back on the attack. He goes near side to Campbell. Campbell now will fire the length of the ice. That one goes through the goal crease. No icing in the play is Corey Foster. He'll leave it for Darren Rumble. As Rumble comes through center now to Greg Pankowitz. Pankowitz, he'll filter the puck towards the goal as the Canadiens can't get it out. Here's Foster now. His drive from the point. Puck is loose. They're trying to go. They score!
The puck in front. A shot comes in from the point, and again, just exactly what the Senators wanted to do. They wanted to try to get somebody in front of goaltender Martin Brochu, and eventually they do, and he has trouble seeing the puck. The puck hits a couple in front, drops to Brochu's right, and it is Savoie able to pull down the rebound and get it by goaltender Brochu. Foster and Pankowitz will draw helpers on the play. We'll try to get you as well here in a moment updated on the goals within 20 seconds of one another by Fredericton, but it's 2-1 Fredericton in front.
Savoie will get credit for the goal as it's drilled in by Perkins. Canadiens trying to retake possession. Now we've got a bit of a rumble in front. Dion, Darling, and Claude Savoie. Oh, left there by Savoie. Darling now with a couple of uppercuts, and now continues to fire some right as Savoie will time up against the back netting area. So Darling and Claude Savoie will do a little bit of fisticuff work right in front of goaltender Brochu.
So 2-1 on the board, as now the fans are getting into it here. Fredericton scores within 20 seconds of one another. A couple of goals. Here's the puck. Foster. Here's the goal. Savoie, as he goes down on his knees, is able to get the puck by goaltender Brochu on the right side. Brochu did not see the puck at all after the shot from Foster at the point. Anyway, at 8:29, Fredericton on the power play. Yves Sauro is 10th of the season from Derek McGuire and Craig Rivet. Then at 8:49, 20 seconds later, the Senators cough it up in their own zone. Jim Campbell with his 7th goal of the season. Sauro gets the assist on that goal. And then at 11:09, Claude Savoie, that will be his 6th goal of the season. For the Senators, Corey Foster, Greg Tankowitz drawing helpers on the play. And then we have a scrap right in front as Savoie gets involved. And so with 8:36 remaining here in this first period, the Fredericton Canadiens lead by a score of 2-1. So we've had a pretty full 6 or 7 minutes here at the Civic Center. Face-off to the right of the Canadiens' goal inside of their blue line.
Here's McGuire taking control. He'll take it in back of his own net. Looking to cut in front. Looking to try to wheel by a check. LaRouche in the glue on him pretty good, but Italy shot down the length of the ice as Aaron Perkins tries to skim it around. He does, and he'll clear the zone as Bilodeau for Fredericton will retake possession as he wheels it in back of his own goal. Playing up to the far side to Campbell. And he'll back it off the boards to the neutral zone. Now it's given away. Canadians breaking in. Shot, that one by Saros, is wide of the stick side. A golden opportunity there for Fredericton to take a 3-1 lead. As it'll be the Senators who will play that one all the way down. Icing will be the call in a 2-1 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton Canadiens.
Checking over the action here at the Civic Center. As we had said before, it doesn't take long for the crowd to get into it. As far as Prince Edward Island fans are concerned, we like to see the home team with a goal or two, but we don't mind seeing a nice little scrap as well. And of course, the Senators fans, now the building is abuzz with a goal and a little bit of tough stuff.
Here's Bernard from the point. Gets one of the goal on the ice, but easily stopped by goaltender Bales. He'll cover up. And we've got another stoppage in play.
A couple of additions for the Fredericton Canadiens here today as Brad Lazelle has to get in action, as well as Louis Bernard. Both for the Fredericton Canadiens. A couple of pickups here as the Canadiens somewhere in the vicinity of 8 that they have had in and out of their lineup so far this season, sitting out today's game for one reason or another. And again, when we talk about the Burrays and the Brashears and people like that, some Wilkie, some quality hockey players out of the lineup. So Senators looking to try to break through here and get themselves into first place in this Atlantic Division.
It's backhanded in by Trent McCleary in back of the Canadiens' net. It'll be Syker looking for Darby, who relays it across the ice. Fraser can't come up with it as the Senators pick it off and dump it back in again. McCleary racing to the corner along with Jason Zent. Again, the puck is touched up. The play being blown down. Face-off coming inside the Senators' blue line in a 2-1 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton Canadiens. And Paul, what do we got coming up first period?
Well, we'll go downstairs and interview. Rick Bowness will be by in the press box here today as well. We'll be talking with Rick Bowness, of course, head coach of the Ottawa Senators, in to check out the action here. And obviously, with the NHL situation, the possibility of some sort of break during the month of December, it'll be interesting to talk with Rick Bowness and see what's happening there. And also, we'll be talking with the head coach of Prince Edward Island Senators, Dave Allison. So that's coming up in between periods.
Here's Bilodeau's drive. Rebound comes between the hash marks. Quickly cleared by the Mitra, but holding is going to be the call going against the PEI Senators. So the Canadiens already with one power play goal in the hockey game, looking to take a 2-1 lead, or rather a 2-goal lead here as they lead it 2-1.
So Darren Rumble on his way to the penalty box for a holding penalty. And as you had mentioned, Fredericton already 1-for-1 on the power play, a 2-1. Fredericton lead here with 7:01 to go in this first period of play. Rumble in the penalty box. So Pankowitz will come out up top. Let's see who else. Looks like LaRouche, I guess, will come out. Pankowitz will sit down as the Senators jockey to get the right penalty killers out. Gerard will come out. Foster on the blue line with Piplick. Face-off up and coming inside the Senators' blue line.
Foster tries to chip away at it. Toppling to the ice is going to be Saros. Now in to help him is LaRouche. He can't fish it outside the zone. Puck now pops outside the blue line. There's Craig Darby. Eventually we'll give it to Eric McGuire. McGuire looking to lead it for Jim Campbell. Campbell through the big circle at center ice. Moves in over the blue line. Now he turns the puck over. And Gerard will say thank you and just play it the other way. As McGuire for Fredericton. He dishes up on the far side, looking for Ferguson, who navigates across the line. Drop pass to Campbell. He fires a bullet to the goal without challenging in the play. Is going to be Mike Bales, and he will hold on.
Well, more importantly for Bales, he's able to corral the rebound, too. The rebound doesn't get more than a couple of feet away, so while he's out challenging, he's able to come up with a stop, too. Fredericton, George, looks pretty good in that power play both times, or at least first time, of course, they scored, but they were able to control inside the Senators' zone. This time, again, they were able to control and get themselves a good shot. Campbell shot, although Bales was able to see it, still a good quality opportunity here.
Off the face-off to the left of Bales, it'll be Gardner trying to work the puck outside the zone. It's kept in by Fredericton. Conroy in to help it along with Campbell. Both of them now looking to rake the puck free, and they do. It's brought onto the stick of Conroy to the blue line. Looking to go to Campbell. Cross ice to Reve at the center point to Campbell. Deep into the corner now to Stewart. Back to Campbell. Fires one off the post. Rebound. Bales gets a piece of that one. What a save. As Bales will get the catching mitt on it. That one had goal written all over. Here's Lance Pitlick back in a 2-on-2. Slides it across in front. They look to cover. They score!
Goodness, how fortunes can change. A shot on goal against Bales that goes off the post. Bales comes across and he makes the save, although I think he was more or less following the shot from the point. And then it's Pitlick getting away in the right wing. Here comes Pitlick now as he brings it in. Short-handed effort. The puck comes in front, and we'll see who will get credit for it. Puck may have went over the line before Pitlick got to it, but nonetheless, a short-handed goal for the Senators. A big one here as they've tied up the hockey game now 2-2.
Here's Greg Pankowitz. He cautiously now goes to the blue line, sends the puck in. As Picard will try to work it free, he ends up with it. Looking to play one between the circles in front. And it'll be controlled by Fredericton. Baby Habs will take it in back of their own goal. That'll be Louis Bernard. And Bernard trying to bring the power play back, and he'll shut it up near side to Craig Derby. Derby now. He cuts across the line, but offside will be the call against Fredericton. 12 seconds left of the man advantage for the Canadiens. The Senators tying the hockey game up at 2 apiece. A shorthanded goal with former Hershey Bear Lance Pitlick. He will rumble his way down the near boards, and he will either get credit for it or at least draw perhaps the big assist.
Well, we talked about McClary, obviously, playing well defensively, being out in a lot of situations like the short-handed situation, and Trent McClary will get the goal. Pitlick with an assist, George, but also Mike Bales will draw a helper on the play as well, having made that fine stop.
Here's Christian Prohl now. He looks for Derby, and Derby controls. Doesn't control cleanly. Gets the puck back again, and he cuts it in over the line. Now through traffic as the puck roll off his stick. Darren Rumble. He tries to play it out of the stick of Michel Picard, who looks to go lane to lane with it to Dimitra, to Foster. And Foster tries to return the favor to Dimitra, but that one picked off by Fredericton, and here they come. Far side, Derby. He maneuvers by a check. Puck does roll inside the zone. Chopped the other way by Corey Foster. Now the Canadiens' Bilodeau, he tries to muscle it across the line. But it ends up on the stick there of Darren Rumble. Rumble playing 70 games with the Ottawa Senators last year. Plays it up on the open side. Dimitra, he can't settle it as the puck will come into the big circle at center ice. Here's Derek McGuire now. He wires one in. That one off the end wall. Coming in on the play is Yves Thoreau. Thoreau, he is zip-locked up against the boards. Here's Bilodeau on the clear-out. Stealing, brings it across in front. They score! That's going to be Ferguson as he's left unattended.
Well, the play is just not cleared out for the Senators up the right side, and now we'll get a chance and take a peek at the replay of that one, but set up to the right, of course, as you had mentioned, Ferguson here, as on the replay, you'll see the puck played in. As right there, Senators with a chance to clear, they can't do it. And again, the puck played across, and really no chance for Bales as Ferguson is able to slip it upstairs high into the open goal. And so at 16, or at the 16-minute mark, Fredericton takes the lead again, 3-2.
So the Senators continue to fall behind in tonight's hockey game. Trailing 1-0, come back to tie it. But now Ferguson will make it a 3-2 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton club as McGuire. He'll take it deep inside his own territory to Bilodeau, to Lazelle. He will set it up out of the open wing where Patrick Traverse will control for PEI. Here comes Lance Pitlick. Pitlick again lifting it up over the crossbar. This is over the net, trying to pinch in is Pankowitz. Patrick Traverse in there as well, but McGuire will find the puck in his stick. He'll clear it in back of the goal to Bilodeau, to Lazelle. He'll bank it off the near boards inside the Senator zone. Patrick Traverse for the PEI Senators tries to wrap it around. Looking to keep it in is going to be Conroy. He will play it in and around, and now he gets the puck back again. Conroy back to Reve. His shot, that one is redirected wide. Stepping in, looking to get a shot there is going to be Lazelle. That one off the target, a penalty about to be called. And again, it's going to go to the Sens as they will be down a man. Greg Pankowitz looks to be the culprit here as he's gone to the penalty box. 3-2 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton Canadiens. 3:07 left here in the opening period. And in between the first and second period, we've got Coach Dave Allison coming our way. And as well, we hopefully will have Coach Rick Bonus of the Ottawa Senators guessing with us in between the first and second period as well.
Craig Ferguson with his 8th goal of the season for Fredericton, giving them the 3-2 lead. Bilodeau drawing a helper on the play as well as Yves Saroux. Saroux, George, has been in all 3 goals here. He has a goal and 2 assists now for Fredericton, so having a very nice first period of play here. 3-2, and Fredericton back on the power play as Pankowitz is in the box.
And out to try to kill it off is going to be Bruce Gardner, McCleary, along with Aaron Rumble and Corey Foster. 3:07 again left here in the opening period with the Canadiens up by 1. Here's Derby. He will steal the puck. Now sends it back to the center point. Campbell tees one up, and the save made by a challenging Mike Bales as he comes out top of the goal crease area to hold on.
Well, good job defensively again for the Senators as Bales, basically Campbell's going to have to beat him from a long distance because Bales is able to see it all the way. He comes out on top of the crease and he's able to make the save, but thank goodness Campbell is getting shot after shot in on goaltender Bales, and Campbell a good shooter, good man to have on the power play. A nice weapon back in the point of the power play with that big shot. But again, if the Canadiens are going to be successful here again on the power play, they're going to have to try and get someone out in front. Although they've been on the last power play goal, they were able to get someone out in front, and Bales was left on the right post. But still, if you're going to get that shot from the point, got to get some sort of traffic in front, similar to how Savoie scored his goal earlier on, as the puck dropped unfairly, and they'll do it again. So 1:51, 9 seconds gone on the power play here for the Fredericton Canadiens. They lead by a score of 3-2. 2:57 remaining in this first period here at the Charlottetown Civic Center.
Off a face-off, Corey Foster. He tries to punch it out. It's kept in high along the left wing board. Gardner. Now Foster will steamroll his way through a crowd, and he'll push the puck outside the zone. Campbell now. He's driven to the ice. As Bales caught doing a little bit of wandering. Back to the center point to Reve, to Campbell. Reve, he goes near side, down low on the plate. Looking for Derby, back to Reve. Tees it up. That one blocked partially by Bruce Gardner. And getting the puck in his stick is going to be Darren Rumble. And he will hammer it all the way down. Fredericton will have to regroup inside their own blue line. 1:13 left on the man advantage. As Dion Darling, one of our favorite names in the American Hockey League, had temporarily the puck in his stick. As Reve now, he will stride to the blue line. Can't go anywhere with it. Dion Darling looking for Conroy. Hops over his stick and pounding that one all the way down is going to be Francois Leroux. And again, Fredericton caught deep inside their own territory, looking to get this power play unloaded. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. As Fredericton up on the far side, Craig Conroy at center ice. He'll dip by a check, plays the puck just inside the blue line. Leroux now will knock it down and again play it just the other way. The play is being whistled down.
Well, puck hit with a high stick, so Senators doing a good job forechecking here on this particular shift. Out of center ice, both Pitlick and Leroux. And they will continue out on the point as we see Picard will come out with LaRouche up top. 34 seconds left of the Pankowitz penalty. With 1:41 to go in this period, this first period of action here at the Civic Center in Charlotte. There's Brutus. Just a quick shot of Brutus. Brutus, a little bit of controversy here. I think Rochester wasn't, Watt.
St. John.
Exactly. Tom Watt wasn't very happy with Brutus. Watt gets thrown from the hockey game, and Brutus adds a little insult to injury, and maybe we'll get another shot of him later on, but he is the Senators' mascot, and he sticks that big old head in the, not only in the players' bench, but in the penalty boxes as well. I hope there's lots of padding in that big old head sometime this year.
He wants to hope as Craig Darby. He feeds to Sykra, looking for number 21, Scott Fraser, but he's worked off the puck. And it'll be the Senators again forcing the Canadiens to chase it down inside their own territory. Christian Prue with less than a minute to play in the opening period. He is leaving it for Ferguson to negotiate his way across the line, but as we now go back to 5 skaters aside, the Senators will dish it across the ice looking for Darren Rumble. Rumble, he banks it off the boards. Puck again popping loose in the neutral zone and shot in deep inside the Canadian zone. Reve, he tries to angle it off the side of the net. Pankowitz tries to steal. He'll work the far corner, but it'll be Fredericton coming up with Soro finally. He'll touch it outside into the neutral zone. Here's Pavel Dimitra in across the line again, looking for a tailgater. He's got Savoie, who plays the puck in and around back of the goal, and is trying to clear it out as Prohl into some traffic now. The puck ends up into the corner. Pitlick pinching in. Will ride his man up hard as Fredericton will play it inside the PEI blue line. Here's Darren Rumble. Rumble now looking for Pankowitz. Pankowitz is stripped of the puck, gets it back again. Tough angle shot, lets it go. The buzzer sounds to end the opening period. It's a 3-2 hockey game in favor of the Fredericton Canadiens over the PEI Senators. We'll be back with the summary of that opening period in just a moment from the Charlottetown Civic Center. This is the American Hockey League, produced by Island Cablevision.
Still held the whistle, and the fireman still hung to the bell. This story is told of a freight train, and should be a warning to all. You must be prepared every moment, for you cannot tell when he'll call.
Then that number by Vernon Dalhart was recorded back in January 1926. A new cassette out by Bill McGinnis from Village Green, and I'm referring to Bill McGinnis Sr., and he has company on this cassette along with his son Billy McGinnis on guitar and Walden Monroe of Don Messer fame on piano. And we're going to play a cut from Bill's tape, and we'll give you the address where you can order it, or you may phone after I play a cut off of this. We're just going to cue it up any place because they're all great tunes. The Orange Blossom Special's on here, The Bully of the Town, Red Wing, Whitewater Jig, Sweet Bunch of Daisies, Trailblazers, Two-Step, Anne Marie Reel, Archie's Menzies, Sugar Tree Stomp, Mother's Real Old Man and the Old Woman, Lisa Lynn Waltz, Fixed Jig, Lightning Hornpipe, Ontario Swing, Heather on the Hill, and Memories. Just a great cassette indeed by Bill McGinnis from Village Green. And here is a cut off of that cassette now. that is Bill McGinnis Sr. from Village Green. And as I mentioned, these are brand new cassettes, and you can order them you can call Bill McGinnis at 651-2556, or you can write to Bill at Bill McGinnis Sr., Village Green, Prince Edward Island, and the area code is C0A1Z0. That's
Scouts Canada. It's bundle up time. Winter storms and flu bugs are on their way. And let's say you're 65 or over, or maybe you have a heart or lung condition, but you're active and independent and want to stay that way. In that case, the Lung Association has good advice. Ask your doctor or health unit about a flu shot. Influenza can be serious, especially for seniors.
Come with me?
So get your annual flu shot soon, before snow and flu bugs begin to fly.
Back at the Charlottetown Civic Center after one period of play, the Fredericton Canadiens out in front of the Prince Edward Island Senators by a score of 3-2. Fredericton gets on the board first, 8:29. In fact, they score a couple of quick ones. A couple of goals within 20 seconds of one another. On the power play, Yves Sereau is 10th of the year from Derek McGuire and Craig Reveille. And then 20 seconds later, after the teams are back at 5 skaters aside, Fredericton able to steal a puck inside the Senators zone at 8:49. Jim Campbell, a turnaround shot, is 7th of the year. Sereau draws a helper on that one, and so Fredericton leads by a score of 2-0. Senators get on the board at 11:09. Claude Savoie, his 6th of the season. The shot comes from the point from Corey Foster. Greg Tankowitz had sent the puck to Foster. Again, all sorts of people in front of the Fredericton goal. Savoie, as he's going to his knees to the right of the Fredericton goaltender, is able to slide the puck into the open side. Savoie, his 6th of the season at 11:09. Then a shorthanded goal, Trent McCleary. Right after Fredericton had hit the post, Mike Bales comes across, makes a save. He draws a helper on this goal. Lance Pitlick starts to bring the puck up ice down the right wing. McCleary is driving to the net on the other side on the left wing. Eventually, Pitlick feeds the puck in front. McCleary is able to get the stick on it while he's being well checked. But still, the puck goes in over the goal line. A shorthanded goal by Trent McCleary, his 6th of the year from Lance Pitlick. Mike Bales picks up his first assist as a goaltender this year. Then at the 16-minute mark, Fredericton, Craig Ferguson, his 8th goal of the season. Senators have an opportunity to clear. They can't do it. It'll be kept in by Brent Bilodeau. Bilodeau starts to carry. He'll feed it in front of Ferguson. Sereau draws a helper on the play. And so for Ferguson, his 8th goal of the season. And Fredericton leads by a score of 3-2. Fredericton out shooting the Senators 14-7 in this first period of play. And as well, they enjoy 3 power play opportunities. One of the reasons they're able to outshoot the Senators, a couple of fighting majors in the period as well. The Senators, they get themselves 1 power play opportunity. 0 for 1 on the power play, but they do score a shorthanded goal. So 3-2, Fredericton out in front. Opportunity now as the beat writer for the PEI Senators, the Guardian Patriot newspaper sports writer Kevin Barrett, has an opportunity to talk with head coach Dave Allison of the PEI Senators.
Thanks, Paul. We're here with PEI Senators coach Dave Allison, and Dave, it's a battle for first place tonight. How do you like the chances going into the second half of this home-and-home series?
Well, I think that we continue to learn things about our team, and we'd like to think that we're a little faster learners than we are at times. But every day is a new day, and we hope to come up with a better effort tonight. And I think the guys are capable of doing it.
You're at game number 30 now. The last time that we were on Cablevision was game number 3. It was the home opener. A lot of things have changed since then. What areas have changed the most in your eyes?
Well, I think we're starting to gain the esprit de corps, but as we said earlier, we can come up with some real great efforts, and it's no secret to how we have to play to be successful. And then other nights we sort of seem to forget what it takes. And I think every team goes through it, and we've got a lot of new faces, and it's been a difficult sell at times, but we're very confident that we'll get it straightened around, and as the year goes on, we'll get better and better at it.
The first of the season was 1-4-2, and since then it's a game over 500. Is there feeling in the dressing room that yes, we're going good maybe one game, not so good the next game, and that's what you're tinkering with to figure out how to get 4 or 5 game winning streak together?
Well, it sure is. I mean, you don't want to take one step forward, take one step back, and I think that the championship teams understand that there's a responsibility to come every night, and it's no secret to what success is, and you got to bring it every night, and that's what we're really striving for. And we're just hoping it comes a lot sooner than later. But we continue to do different things. But the whole organization is pretty much agreeable in what we have to do and how we have to arrive at those goals.
You look at the season now. What's the best thing about this team, or what's been the highlight so far after 29 games?
I think the highlight is that when we don't have to be extraordinary, we just have to do the ordinary very well, and we're a good team. And I think that that's the highlight. It's something to look forward to. It's something that you can do every day. And when we grasp it on an everyday basis, we will start to turn it to be an extraordinary team.
How about just breaking the team down and looking at it, the 3 different areas? The forwards, of course, it's led by Picard and LaRouche and Gerard, the French Connection line. Is that how about their play so far? We got Picard leading the league in scoring, and LaRouche with the most goals.
They've been great, and I think the last 10 games it's almost getting to be a joke how much they've been checked and hacked and slashed, and a lot of it isn't called, and I think it's unfortunate because people pay good money to come and see the star players play, but they're just not getting any protection from the powers above, and I think that once people understand that we've paid our dues in this league and our players deserve to be protected just as much as any other players, then they will start to get back on their torrid pace. But they've been outstanding. They've been great for the organization. It's 2 great signings that have really increased the depth, and they continue to be very strong. The Pankowitz, Dimitris, Savoie-Penny line has started to play much better of late and started to contribute offensively, but I think that's just because they've started to work a little harder. And I think that the so-called third line, the kid line with Zent, Gardner, and McCleary, is one of the best in the league. I mean, they give us everything they have. They bang bodies. I don't think anybody in any other team enjoys playing against them, and they're great prospects for the organization. And our D, has to keep it simple, and we've had some really great games, and we've had some mediocre games, and I think we've got to get more great games out of them than mediocre, and our goaltending for the most part has given us an opportunity to win every night. So I think it's just a question of us all meshing together and understanding what our roles are, and the image that we want to portray to teams in this league that is going to ultimately lead to our consistent success.
You look at the division, it's kind of a funny division when tonight, if you win, you're going to be a game below 500, yet you're in first place. Is that a result of the competitiveness in the division, or?
I think it's a result of competitiveness as well as we haven't done well in our division. I think that's what we've got to start to strive for, is to get not more competitive, more wins in our division. I don't think our record in our division is the envy of anybody, but it's a very competitive division. It's a very good division. We've got to rise to the challenge each and every night.
Okay, Dave, thanks a lot, and good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, and I'd like to say hello to everybody back in the front office of Ottawa, and
elsewhere, I guess.
Yeah, elsewhere. That's right, elsewhere, down the island.
Okay, that's Dave Allison, head coach of the PEI Senators, and we'll bring it back up to you, Paul.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome back to the Charlottetown Civic Center, up in the press box, and the score after 1 period of play, 3-2. Fredericton Canadiens out in front of the PEI Senators, and joining me, Rick Bowness, head coach of the Ottawa Senators, and Rick's been down from time to time here on Prince Edward Island, checking out what the young stock looks like out here on the ice, and good to have you aboard on the broadcast. What are your thoughts on that first period?
Well, it's a typical period when your team plays 3 games in 3 nights, like the PEI team has done. The first period is usually the toughest to get yourself going, and then all of a sudden you find yourself a little bit down, like we are right now, and you start to play better. But I'm sure the second and third periods will pick up. We looked a little sloppy at times that period. We turned the puck over a few too many times in our zone. Ended up costing us. Also, another factor in that period is the emotion that with the Fredericton team is playing with. They are obviously missing a lot of key players, and Turner Stevenson is dressed tonight but has not seen the ice, and they've moved up Lazella, defenseman, up to play left wing. And when you're in a shorthanded situation like the Fredericton team is, usually your players crank it up to another notch of intensity to make up for the lack of support they're getting because of all the better players being injured. So they're playing with a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, and they're playing very, very simple hockey. And in order for us to get back into the lead in this game, then we're going to have to match that intensity and start to play with a little more simplicity as well. But again, it's the first period. You're sloppy. It takes a while to get going, and they're playing shorthanded, and they really want to play this. They're trying to win this game, obviously, and move in the first place.
A lot of reasons why you want to step up and win the hockey game. Obviously, as you said, moving up into first place in the Atlantic Division, but as well, when Rick Bowness comes to town, the head coach, the players know that, and they want to perform.
Well, one thing we try to do this year throughout this lockout is to see a lot of the PEI games. So it's not new to see me here. I've seen probably 10 games this year, and I know Ray Shiro and Randy Sexton have been out to quite a few games as well. They're picking them up on their road trips and wherever. So it's not a novel situation now to see us here. We're here on a regular basis. But putting that aside, it's irrelevant who's here to watch them play. They've got to go out and play to the best of their ability, night in and night out, and play with a lot of pride. And the players have been doing that all year. So I really don't think they are affected by our presence. And we certainly hope that's not the scenario. We want them to go on the ice every night and play just as well as they possibly can, regardless where they're playing or who they're playing against.
Rick, looking over the young talent here with the Senators, the PEI Senators, who do you like? Who do you see fitting in with the big club?
They're all PEI Senators. We like them all. They're having a good year this year, and we're very pleased with the job Davey and John are doing down here, and we're very pleased with the play of a lot of the players. But when you look at possible players coming up, should we ever go back, it's kind of you go back to training camp, and obviously Pavel Dimitra had a tremendous training camp, and he's been playing very well. But I think what's important to remember is that when we do get going, if we get playing in, you've got to call up the players who deserve to be called up for what they're doing recently, not what they did in training camp. And again, this team is just 1 point out of first and playing very well. So when we get playing again, hopefully we'll have a couple of the younger players gearing it up and playing very well and deserve that call. But that'll be decided at a later date.
Having 3 players in the top 10 as far as scoring is concerned, having a club that's battling for top spot in the division, people have to be pretty pleased throughout the organization of decisions that they have made for keeping people, and it shows some depth and some good decisions.
Well, management did a good job this summer. Randy and Ray and Pierre McGuire and John Ferguson going out and signing some good free agents that are going to make us a better team down here. The organization wants this team to do very well, and we want our younger players to develop in a winning atmosphere. So we went out and signed Michel Picard, and as a free agent made a deal in training camp for Steve LaRouche. Signed Corey Foster as a solid American hockey leader who can help us in Ottawa. So the organization addressed the fact that the team hasn't been doing well in the minors the last couple of years, and we wanted to put a solid team on, and we expect this team to make the playoffs, and we expect them to compete for first place all year long. And so we're obviously encouraged by their play, but it's also a little bit expected as well.
Rick, thanks very much, and let's hope that everybody gets back to hockey.
Well, we hope so.
Rick Bowness, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. After 1 period of play, Fredericton leads the PEI Senators by a score of 3-2. George Matthews will be by the start of period number 2 in just a moment.
I know this guy. You call him a chicken legs. Turkey legs. Turkey legs. He came in third, so he can beat anybody. You're crazy, boss. You're really crazy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you beat him or not. It could be me or these 2 guys or someone else. Both. Winning and making friends.
Every day, they're playing their hearts out. Be a part of it.
My grandma couldn't come and see me after my school play, and I really wanted my grandma to see me. But what happened was, our local cable TV people came to our school and showed the whole play on the community channel, and my grandma got to see me after all. I was glad that the cable TV people came because my grandma had said she'd give me $5 if I did well. I play a tree.
Cable TV, bringing it all home.
Back at the Civic Center in Charlottetown, where we await the beginning of period number 2 between the PEI Senators and the Fredericton Canadiens. And for the Senators, they fall behind in that opening period 2-0. Come back to tie it 2-2, only to have a third goal scored on them in that opening period. They trail it by 1 after 20 minutes of action. Referee Dennis LaRue drops the puck and play underway for the middle period here in tonight's hockey game between, again, the Senators and the Fredericton Canadiens. As trying to outlet it there will be Corey Foster, and the puck is sent the length of the ice. Icing will be the call against the Senators.
3-2 is the score as we open up second period action here at the Charlottetown Civic Center. Well, George, I would imagine people would have waited for us to be talking to Rick Bowness about the NHL situation, but it has gone on, and you know, there are people that are excited about the fact that there's a possibility that could be breakthroughs around the middle of the month, and but still, maybe not. The National Hockey League is talking about rookie salaries, but they haven't done anything too much talking about the established players' salaries as yet. So I guess pretty much people have to reserve their decision about how optimistic they are when they start talking about the people that are playing in the NHL right now and their salaries.
On the face-off, Ferguson for Fredericton, Bruce Gardner for the PEI Senators. Now the linesman waiting for Ferguson to settle in. He does, wins the draw, back to Darling, fires one blocker save, rebound short side, and the Canadians can't get the lumber on it. Breaking back is going to be Jason Zent. Zent's got Trent McCleary. McCleary tries to pull up. Now the puck does squirt in over the line, but it'll be controlled by Ferguson looking for Jim Campbell. Campbell will back pass it into the far corner to the right of goaltender Mike Bales. Scooting in there is going to be Foster looking for Jason Zent. Zent trying to control through center ice. Looks to filter a pass in over the blue line. Picked off by McGuire, playing it to the open wing. Corey Foster, he'll control and he'll lug it across. Foster now. He puts the brakes on, tries to chop it into the seam, but it'll be picked off by Bilodeau, and here comes Conroy. Craig Conroy to big Brent Bilodeau stepping in. That one redirected, and it goes wide of the target. As it'll be Trent McCleary crossing center. He'll pound one in and around. No center there to chase it down. Lazelle, he'll give the puck under the stick of Craig Conroy. Conroy dropping across again to Bilodeau. Goes to the goal, sticked aside by Bales. And now looking to rewind the play back will be Patrick Traverse. He plays it to the open right wing. Pavel Demitra tries to be the first man there. No icing in the play as it's touched up by Brochu. Now looking to try to bring one in front is going to be Pankowitz. The Canadians will hustle. In after the puck in back of the goal. Lazelle, he'll dodge by one check. Takes the puck into the corner. Doesn't control it. Here's Lance Pitlick off the right point. He'll lob one towards the net. That one wide of the goal as the Canadians regroup. Here's Craig Darby. Now to Lazelle, back to Darby. Darby puts the brakes on just in over the blue line for Brad Lazelle. Lazelle, a defenseman, playing out of position. As it was mentioned to us in the first period intermission. As the puck now shot in by Lance Pitlick. And it goes in and around the Canadiens' net. Here's Frazier trying to push it up ice. Looking for Martin Sykra. Sykra across the line to a breaking Craig Darby. Darby's got room, goes to the goal. Takes the shot, scores that open side. That stick side was just there, Paul, as goaltender Mike Bales, for one of the few times we've seen him of recent date, didn't have the angle on it, and he allows the Fredericton player, Darby, to come in and backhand it.
Well, again, Darby, you know, George, just generates so much speed as he brings it in on the right wing, and really people aren't able to handle him as he brings it in. You know, plays with the puck and then just backhands it to that blocker's side, as we'll get a peek at the replay here. But again, the speed of Darby, I mean, he's just flying in on that right side and gets by his check. And as he brings it in, he's able to, as you say, get it into the side where Bales just really gave up a lot of room. And so 4-2 is the score. Is back with a 2-goal lead, the Fredericton Canadiens.
LaRouche jabs the puck in, pinch it in as LaRue. He'll knock his man to the ice as the puck goes in and around. Controlled by the Fredericton club, dumping it out as Thoreau. He's got 3 points in the evening. Now air mailing it back in again.